Hello and welcome to Gumzo Software Engineering Podcast. My topic of discussion is anchored on a question that I received from a project manager colleague of mine. And she asked me, what defines an effective engineer? So make no mistake, we are talking about software. I did not have a one word answer or a single statement for who an effective engineer is. Remember, engineers are always transitioning uh, from one role to the other. So there's an engineer who will be very focused on the end product only, on how the code is structured. There's an engineer who views a larger perspective about how do I bridge the product expectations and the business objectives of my organization. So, therefore, there are various lenses that you can view this question from. Who is an effective engineer? So, the easiest way to look at this is based on experience. And in that experience, we break down the various items you can look for. You can look out for, even as someone who is not technically involved in software. You could be a HR, um, um, uh, a HR practitioner. You could be a finance practitioner. You could be a PM, right? So let's look at it. So the first stage, there are three levels to it that you can look at, that you can look effectiveness of an engineer from. And I like to anchor them in relation to experience. So number one, we have the what are called early career uh, engineers, or individuals who are between 0 to 3 years of experience. So, effectiveness here can be defined by, is this engineer asking clarifying questions about requirements? Remember, in software engineering, if you don't understand the user requirements, then there's nothing you're doing. The basis of quality of your delivery is anchored on you appreciating the user requirements. So if you look at an individual who is between 0 to 3 years on the job and they are very keen on the requirements, they ask clarifying questions, then those fit squarely in that first bracket. Then effectiveness can also be seen from a point of, is this engineer proposing simpler solutions that address the core user needs? Another thing that could define effectiveness of this kind of an engineer is uh, is this individual learning to estimate and communicate the technical trade-offs in a particular project? Can they give proper estimations on when this particular new peculiar feature can be tentatively done? Someone who knows there's a technical difficulty, we have never implemented this kind of a feature, and um, besides coding, there's some R&D that has to go into place. So he knows he's going to research. He needs to look at the present system and ensure that whatever he is being asked to do will not break the 99% of functionality of this particular system. So if this individual has that ability to judge at particular tasks and estimate and communicate technical trade-offs, then he is a well maturing early career engineer. Then you have to ask yourself, in the overall picture, how are these engineers likely to influence the products they engineer? And the simple answer is, can this engineer demonstrate effectiveness by preventing over engineering and ensuring work is integrated, their work integrates smoothly with the existing systems. So that is an early career engineer demonstrating effectiveness. And we have said the key thing is you have to communicate technical trade-offs, and you have to be in a position to prevent over engineering. Remember, you are an early career engineer, and delivery is key in uh, this phase. So you do not want to let down your lead, your implementation lead, your project manager, your CTO. You do not want to let those people down because you're unable to deliver. You're putting them in a position of always firefighting. So that is how you can demonstrate effectiveness as an early career engineer. Then let's look at the other category of engineers, and these are mid-level engineers. We are talking about established contributors of about 3 to 5 years in experience. So these are people who can demonstrate technical leadership within cross-functional teams. They can identify architectural improvements and enable future developments in a project. Um, these are people who, to them, it's natural to mentor junior team members. They don't feel like they are giving too much to new uh, developers, new engineers. So anyone who has it easy to mentor, calling someone, can we develop this feature with you? I mean, I will guide you on how to do it, guide you on the expectations of the user, uh, the the requirements, how the timelines, how we execute. That is a proper mid-level engineer. No, uh, this kind of engineers will often serve as a bridge between senior technical teams and implementation teams. They can easily communicate on the expectations, on they can liaise on between the senior engineers, and the senior implementation teams, where difficulties crop up. Uh, the third level of an effective engineer can be said to be senior engineers. And these are people who have 5+ years on the job. So these are people who can demonstrate effectiveness by driving technical strategy across multiple teams in an organization or among different organizations, right? Uh, these are people who can identify and solve complex organizational problems. A senior engineer will represent engineering perspectives, different engineering perspectives in business strategy discussions. A senior software engineering leader is responsible for long-term health and capacity of large technical systems. So that's how you may want to look at an effective engineer. You have an early career or junior engineer, you have a mid level engineer, and you have attributes that define a senior engineering lead. So, with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is how you look at effectiveness in a nutshell of software engineers. Thank you.